Not absolutely out of touch, but also keep in mind he really is exposing the fact that he really is an extreme progressive Democrat. They believe they can control everything from the White House. They believe the subway of New York City is the same as a farming community in Nebraska. It's completely ridiculous. And remember, he also said he wanted to have a national economic shutdown. Not only is that bad policy, it is horrible politics. How many, millions of families are suffering because of state shutdowns? And what does Biden want to do? He was thinking about shutting down the entire economy. It just shows how tone deaf and out of touch he is. It reminds me of Hillary Clinton when back in 2016, when she promised to put coal miners more out of business after Obama destroyed that industry. They're tone deaf. They don't have any clue what it's about to be the forgotten men and women of the United States, but President Trump does.
Yeah, and the people who want to continue the lockdowns tend to have their jobs, the lawmakers and the people working in the media who are sitting in their basements writing these stories about how we should continue to be locked down because they have jobs and they're still collecting their paycheck and they're not thinking about everyone else who's suffering. I mean, they just jump to the negative. How much longer can we do this? This was only supposed to be in place until we could flatten the curve and really understand the virus.
No, that's an excellent point. Everybody forgot. Look how the Democrats are moving the goalposts. Originally, it was to flatten the curve so that when people did get infected, because it's a highly contagious disease, we'd be able to treat those when their conditions got severe enough to go to the hospital. Well, look, there were no runs on the hospital. And look what President Trump did. He sent ships to Los Angeles, hospital ships, and also to New York City. He had the Javits Center in New York City converted to a hospital. And Governor Cuomo didn't use any of it, but Cuomo, the rocket scientist there, he sent COVID positive patients into nursing homes. That's kind of like a form of biological warfare, and it killed over 6,000 elderly in those nursing homes. So it's the Democrats who have failed on the coronavirus, not President Trump.
Yeah, and we don't even hear much about that story. If it was a Republican in charge, we would still be hearing about it nonstop. And just, basically on this, I was looking at polling. It says a majority of Americans, 60%, believe that the federal government is making the country's recovery from coronavirus pandemic worse. So people aren't stupid. They see what's going on. Well, Tom, we're going to have to leave it here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.